English Lives.
Welcome to the channel where English is acquired naturally. Children don't study their first language, they just hear it every day until it becomes natural. That's exactly what we do here. Today, a real conversation about love in real English. Just listen. We create an environment where English is acquired naturally.
Can I ask you something weird?
That's always a great start to a dinner. Yes, go ahead.
I've been thinking about it all week, and I need to say it out loud.
Okay, love at first sight. Honestly, no, I don't think I do.
Really? Not at all?
I think there's attraction at first sight, interest at first sight, even fascination at first sight, but love takes time.
Fascination, meaning you're completely drawn to something, it captures your attention?
Exactly. That feeling of, I need to know more about this person. That's real, but it's not love yet.
So, what's the difference between fascination and love?
Time and information. You can be fascinated by someone you don't know at all. Love means you know them, including the parts that are difficult, and you choose them anyway.
Choose them anyway. I like that.
What made you think about this? Did something happen?
My colleague met someone last month. 3 weeks in, she's saying she loves him.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, Jake. She's never even seen him grumpy in the morning.
That's the real test, honestly. The morning grumpy test.
Exactly. You haven't seen someone at their worst yet. You've only seen their best version.
Their highlight reel.
Exactly. Like we talked about with Instagram. Everyone shows their highlight reel at the beginning of a relationship, too.
You're on your best behavior, you're trying to impress, you laugh at all their jokes, you pretend you like the same things.
Pretend you like the same things. I've done that.
Everyone has. What did you pretend to like?
Jazz. I went on 3 dates with someone who loved jazz, and I sat there nodding like I understood what was happening.
Did it work?
For a while, then he took me to a jazz concert, and I fell asleep.
You fell asleep at a jazz concert?
In my defense, it was very long jazz, very serious jazz. Nobody was smiling.
Serious jazz. What happened after?
He was very polite about it, but we didn't go on a 4th date.
The jazz ended the relationship.
The jazz revealed we were incompatible. There's a difference.
Incompatible, meaning not suited for each other, too different to work well together?
Exactly. Better to find out at a jazz concert than 3 years in.
That's very true. Better an uncomfortable truth early than a comfortable lie late.
A comfortable lie. That's sad, actually.
It is, but also very human. Humans are terrible at short-term discomfort, even when it leads to long-term happiness.
Short-term discomfort, meaning the pain of leaving, the loneliness, the uncertainty?
Exactly. All of that feels unbearable in the moment, so people avoid it and stay.
Have you ever done that? Stayed when you should have left?
Yeah, once, a long time ago.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Jake.
No, it's fine. We were together for almost 2 years, and somewhere around year 1, I knew it wasn't right. But I kept telling myself it would get better.
Did it?
No, it just got more familiar, which felt like better, but wasn't.
More familiar felt like better.
Yeah, you get used to someone. You get used to their routines, their habits, the way they make coffee, and you confuse that comfort with love.
Confuse comfort with love. That's a really important thing to say, Jake.
I think a lot of people do it. Comfort is real, it's valuable, but it's not the same as love.
What is love then, if you had to define it?
Someone who makes you feel like the best version of yourself. Not because they tell you you're great all the time, but because being around them makes you want to be better.
Makes you want to be better, not tells you to be better.
Exactly. There's a difference between someone who criticizes you and someone who inspires you. One makes you feel small, the other makes you feel capable.
Capable, meaning able, like you can do things.
Yes, like I can handle this, I can grow, I can try things, because this person believes in me.
That's beautiful, honestly. What's your definition, Sarah, of love? I think love is feeling safe. Not safe as in boring, safe as in I can be completely myself here and not be judged.
That's a good one.
Because I think the most exhausting thing is performing all the time. At work, with acquaintances, even with some friends. You edit yourself. You think before you speak.
Acquaintances, meaning people you know but not deeply, not close friends?
Exactly. And love, real love, is the place where you stop editing. You just exist.
You just exist. I like that a lot.
Is that too simple?
No, the best things usually are simple. We overcomplicate love, I think.
We definitely do. All the rules and the games and the waiting 3 days to text back.
The 3-day rule. Does anyone still do that?
Apparently, my colleague with the new boyfriend, she waited 2 days to reply to his first message because her friend told her not to seem too eager.
Too eager, meaning too interested, too available.
Yes, like if you reply quickly, it means you like him too much, and that's bad somehow.
That makes no sense. If you like someone, you should tell them. Why is that a bad thing?
Because vulnerability is scary, Jake.
Vulnerability, meaning letting someone see that you actually care, that you could get hurt.
Exactly. If you pretend you don't care much, then you can't really get hurt.
But you also can't really connect.
Exactly. It's a defense mechanism. Protect yourself from being rejected by never fully showing up.
Defense mechanism, meaning a way your mind protects you from pain.
Yes, and it works. You don't get hurt, but you also don't get anything real.
A very safe kind of loneliness.
Yes, a very safe kind of loneliness. That's exactly what it is.
Do you think people get better at love as they get older?
I think they get more honest. You stop having time for things that don't work.
The older you get, the less patience you have for the wrong thing.
And more clarity about what the right thing feels like.
Because you've experienced enough wrong things to know the difference.
There's a very depressing way to look at that.
Or a very optimistic one. All those wrong things were just information.
Information, like the jazz concert.
Exactly. The jazz concert taught you something important about yourself.
It taught me I need someone who doesn't mind me falling asleep at concerts.
A very specific requirement.
We all have specific requirements, Jake. The trick is knowing what they actually are.
As opposed to what you think they should be.
Yes, I used to think I needed someone very ambitious, career-focused, driven.
And
And I dated several very ambitious people and realized what I actually need is someone calm, someone who slows me down rather than speeds me up.
because you're already fast enough on your own.
I'm already chaotic enough on my own. I don't need more energy in the room. I need someone who makes the room quieter.
Makes the room quieter. That's a lovely way to put it.
What about you, Jake? What do you actually need? Not what you think you should need.
Honestly, someone curious. Someone who finds the world interesting. Who wants to understand things.
Curious about the world?
About everything. People, ideas, places. I find incuriosity, is that a word?
I think so. Go on.
I find incuriosity hard to connect with people who aren't interested in anything beyond their immediate life. Like, the world is so big and strange and interesting. How are you not curious about it?
That's fair. Curiosity is kind of the foundation of conversation, isn't it?
It's the foundation of everything. Learning, growing, connecting. It all starts with wanting to know more.
So you need someone who asks questions.
Who genuinely wants the answers, not just making conversation, actually wanting to understand.
Can I say something slightly embarrassing?
Always, Sarah.
I think I've been looking for love in completely the wrong places. Like, I've been attracted to a type, physically, socially, and I keep ending up with the same kind of relationship that doesn't work.
What type?
Confident, a little bit unavailable, the kind of person who makes you work for their attention.
Yeah, that's a very common pattern.
Pattern, meaning something that repeats?
Yes, and usually patterns like that come from somewhere, some earlier experience that made you associate effort with value.
Effort with value, meaning if someone is hard to get, they must be worth having.
Exactly. Which is completely backwards. The people worth having are the ones who show up, who are available, who make it easy.
Make it easy sounds almost boring.
I know, we're conditioned to think that. Drama equals passion, difficulty equals depth.
Conditioned, meaning taught to think something through repeated experience.
Exactly. But it's not true. The best relationships I've seen from the outside are the ones that look almost boring. Two people who just work. No drama, no games, just steadiness.
Steadiness, meaning reliable, consistent, always there.
Yes, like a really good chair. You don't think about it, you just sit down and it holds you.
You just compared love to a chair, Jake.
A very good chair, the best chair, the chair you'd take with you if the house was on fire.
That is the most romantic thing anyone has ever said to me. You are the chair I would take from a burning building.
I'm putting that on a card, Valentine's Day sorted.
Do you think you'll find it, the chair?
Yeah, I do. Not in a naive way, in a I know what I'm looking for now way, which I didn't always.
That's the work, isn't it? Figuring out what you actually need.
And being honest about it, with yourself first, then with the other person.
Honesty from the beginning.
It saves so much time, Sarah, so much energy spent performing when you could just be real from the start.
But being real from the start is terrifying.
It is, and also the only thing that actually works.
The only thing that actually works. I think I'm going to try that. Just being real, no game.